An inviting strategy that gets up to 80% of the people to show, plus they're actually excited to hear what you have to say. All of that and more in this morning's marketing tip. Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, it is I, Greg Gomez III, founder, CEO, FastStartMarketer.com. I want to welcome you to today's early morning marketing tip to help you improve the performance of your business. Look, one of the key components necessary, one of the most important skill sets you need to develop in order to be an effective marketer, recruiter, promoter, product salesperson, and of course, business builder is the art of inviting. And too oftentimes I see folks being trained in the improper way of inviting, and it winds up costing folks a lot of really success in their businesses where it shouldn't. Inviting is very simple. You see, in the traditional sense, we're taught tell people as little as possible, just use the weight of our relationship or our friendship. You know me, I've got something to show you, act busy, I don't have time to talk to you right now. All of these challenges and more exist when we're actually going out there and talking to folks. The downside to that is we're actually not framing our prospect in a way that they show up to something excited to hear about what we have to offer. And in fact, if your friend talks to another friend who's already been invited to something like they're doing at your place, they'll get the scoop, the inside scoop on what the ambush is about the business proposition you're going to be proposing to them. And back in the day, that used to be an effective strategy to get hordes of folks in because we used the weight of our offers, our opportunities, the product, services, and everything else we had available for them to get them to a live event, a hotel party, three-way call, house party, whatever it is that you've got. The challenge with this is that you wind up actually having folks very disgruntled or feeling off guard or very awkward feeling when they're there and they realize, hey, this is just a pitch for a business opportunity and I'm not interested in that type of thing. So this is why it's so critical to learn how to do the invite process correctly. Now, I'm not a fan of the sabotage or the ambush recruiting style that a lot of networkers are taught out there to do. Now, I understand the reasons for being taught this. It's great when you're a beginner because it gives you something to do, keeps words out of your mouth, and it ultimately allows folks to be able to come to your place of business. However, when you've matured past the beginner stages of network marketing, the important part is you don't just want prospects to show up. Maybe 30% of the people you invite will probably show up. I want folks to show up to my offer, and I want them to be not only excited to hear about, just not only to show up, but I want them to be excited about what they're hearing. But at the same time, I don't want to give them so much information that they come in with the wrong framing or the wrong mindset before they get there. So, Greg, how do we invite folks better than what we've been doing in order to get them framed properly for what it is we have to offer? Well, as you know anything about me, I have two preferences. There's the opportunity approach, which I'm actually not a big fan of. I'm more a fan of the product or service side of leading with my products and services to get folks targeted and interested in my products and services. So what I always do is I look for folks who already have a need and a desire for the result that my product or service provides. Let me say that again. I first look to find folks who already have a need and a desire for the results that my product or service provides. Case in point, if my product is about weight loss and I have some friends that are overweight, that's not enough. That's a need. I'm looking for those folks who have a desire for the results. Now remember that people aren't looking to lose weight. They're looking to lose weight because blah, fill in the blank. Your responsibility as an inviter is to figure out why they're motivated to want to lose that weight. So, case in point, I have a weight loss product. I'm not just looking for folks who need to lose weight, because I can go to my Uncle Joe and say, hey Joe, you need to lose some weight, man. And Uncle Joe would come back and say, I'll start losing weight after he takes a bite of a Big Mac, right? I'm looking for folks who are actually moving towards that process. Beginning of the year at this time of this recording, so maybe it's a New Year's resolutions, or maybe it's somebody you've overheard talking about, I've joined a gym. They're taking some type of action to go and accomplish the result that you're talking about. And this is an important part. They're not just wanting those results, they're actually willing to go out and do something to get the result. Critical key element here. So now I start the dialogue and say, what are you looking for? Hey, you're looking to lose weight, what's going on? Did something happen? Oftentimes, like with my Uncle Joe, he was told he's diabetic. He needs to lose the weight and stop eating in a certain way in order to start living a healthier, longer lifetime. And so as a result of that, he was motivated externally in order to achieve this weight loss, which is great. The downside was damage had already been done and he wound up actually becoming diabetic. Here's my point. When a person has reached that point of motivation, they have a reason why. Your responsibility is to figure out what's going on, figure out why. And then you introduce your product or service. One of the things that I do is that, that thing I'm doing on the side, the business you saw me doing, Actually, the real thing it does is it actually helps folks lose weight a lot faster and actually cut weight down pretty significantly. Let me ask, if I can show you how to, kind of increase your weight loss or help you get into the shape you want to without having to give up your favorite foods, would that be worth about 15, 20 minutes of your time to learn how to get it done? Yeah, that would be interesting. You see, now a person's very interested now because you've determined that they have a need, they have a want, and they're willing to go out and do what's necessary to achieve that result. So you're taking, I want you to think of the theory of relativity. Things in motion tend to stay in motion, or the theory of movement, I forget who it is. I think it's Isaac Newton that came up with this stuff. But the concept of movement, things at rest tend to stay at rest, things in movement have the tendency to stay in movement. Your job is not to try to motivate the unmoving to move. Your job is to take those already moving in the direction and slightly adjust their trajectory so they're moving now in alignment with what your product or service has to offer. Now here's why I don't go after distributors right away. What I look to do is to go get them to become a product of the product. Some network marketing companies do this, others don't. The new FTC and Attorney General's rules, though, are pretty clear on what they want to see. At least 50% of your customers coming or 50% of your paychecks coming strictly from customers only. And when that happens, you actually put yourself in a position where you're able to actually go ensure that your commission checks are going to be coming from a good place. Make sense? So that being said, by leading with the product or service for folks who are looking for the benefits of what it is your product or service delivers, you're basically bringing them to your offer in a good way. They can then become what I call raving lunatic fans of your products and services, and then they're more open to want to be distributors, and more importantly, they become great distributors because they're passionate about the product because of the results it's provided them. So let's recap. Don't just invite every Tom, Dick, and Harry to your offer without framing them a little bit so that when they receive the offer, they're more inclined to hear about it. Now, they know you're a business opportunity. You have a business opportunity, so you're prepping them for that. But I would mostly focus on the product or service side from it. That's my perspective. So now, when I talk to somebody and it's weight loss, let's pick a different one. If it's travel, hey, I've been really wanting to take this trip. Really, what's kept you from taking this trip? Well, I want to take the kids on this family thing. We want to go to Disneyland. We just can't afford it. Okay. So if it wasn't Disneyland, is it really just Disneyland you want to go to, or are there other places you want to go? Is it just vacation with your family and creating memories? It's really creating those memories. You're right. We really want to go somewhere. We haven't been anywhere in a while. Great. So what are you doing to set money aside in order to do that? Can you even put 10, 20 bucks aside a month in order to go do this after about 6 months to a year? Well, that would be great. Okay, if I can only put 40 bucks aside a month, and we've been doing that, and we have money set aside in order to take this trip. Where are you guys going for the summer, right? Oh, we plan on going here or going there. We'd like to go there, but we can't because it's too expensive. Oh, okay. So let me ask you, one of the things I do business-wise is I actually help manage a lot of these trips to really awesome places at a fraction of the cost, man. Let me ask you if I could show you a way that you could go take, a 5-star trip on a 3-star budget, and you look like the hero to the family. Would that be worth 20 minutes of your time to learn how to get that done? Yeah, how would I do that? Great. I'll get you the details. Well, what does it do? How does it work? Do I have to join your business? No, none of that. We'll answer all those questions. That's the cool thing about this. You don't have to join the business. You can just use the service in a way that actually gets you the discount. And the best part is you can do this every year. You can have these memories created every single year. It's pretty awesome. I'll tell you what, when's a good time for us to spend 20 minutes to get together? I can answer all your questions for you and get you some information. You can see exactly what it is from start to finish. And then they answer a time frame, and now look, they're excited, they're motivated, they're interested in hearing more about what it is you're offering to get it done. Does this make sense? This way they're motivated and excited to hear more about what you're offering, and the bottom line is they're actually capable of going out there and seeing the real value of what your product or service provides. All of these are different strategies I'm going to be covering on this Thursday's webinar. I've actually been paid up to $75,000 to share these marketing strategies, these invite strategies that work a lot more effectively than going out there and just harassing and blindsiding and ambushing your friends and family at a local event. All you have to do is click the link below, get registered for the live webinar. We'll actually go through several more scripts. I'm actually going to build out this for your business. I will lay out exactly some strategies, some concepts, and some, more importantly, invite strategies you can use to get more people to your live events live. This is a totally free call. It'll only be available to those folks that are there live unless you're one of my paid coaching groups. But be there live, and I will actually walk you through how to implement these strategies into your business so you can get a lot more folks coming to your live events, and more importantly, so you can recruit more people and build a bigger business. And it's simple. Register now, call's free, be there Thursday, and I'll see you on the call. Take care.